Yo, what's up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? We are back.
What up?
Back
It's
to
reaction draw.
talk about I don't know, absurdity or something.
Here to talk about the news, man. Talking about Hollywood. Talking about these movies. Movies, Sean. It was funny because I was watching a a podcast
Hmm.
from some Japanese director,
Yeah.
and he was saying how in Japan he's trying to get some movie deals. He's trying to get financing for his movie,
Hmm.
and the producers are saying that the budgets are getting lower and lower because people in Japan, younger people, are less into movies and they're more into like streaming and TikTok, and they're into like, I guess, video games and stuff like
Oh.
that, and getting budgets for these martial arts movies or whatever, these little genre films,
Hmm.
is getting a little tougher, but they're still doing stuff over there, you know what I mean?
People
Thought that
watching
was an interesting trend.
people watching the IRLs.
Keep a tabs on the industry, Sean, okay? So when you get financing, we finally do a feature film,
We
okay?
ain't doing no film. We doing a reality show about I don't know drawing or something. Nah.
Oh, okay, that's true. That's what they want to see, the reality show about drawing. Hopefully
Sh-
I see some drawing, like Sean drawing here, Jean Grey. This is him
Jean-
drawing it in real time. This isn't
well,
a replay. You know what I'm saying? This isn't a video previously recording.
I did this
What are you
yesterday.
saying?
No, oh, this is a remix of my older Jean Grey. I'm just doing the Marvel Rivals version.
Ah,
This was the OG.
I see.
Yeah, so and also I'm making this one into more of a like a wallpaper. So I guess if people want it, was in the chat we got Mari Cinematic and Knight. What's up, y'all? How you doing?
What up, Knight?
Yeah, chilling tonight. Trying to. I guess at some point in time during the stream we're gonna try to figure out um what kind of necromancy that Vin Diesel is doing right now to have Brian allegedly star in the next Fast and Furious. But yeah, we'll get into that soon. Which, by the way,
Mhm.
I still haven't seen the past two Fast and Furious movies.
I actually saw the last two Fast and Furious. I'm actually all caught up
I haven't.
very recently.
Oh, okay.
It is absurd. Like, they've
You're right.
actually, no, I don't think I saw the last one because I missed the one where he went into space. So I think I saw the last one, but I missed the next to last one.
All right. So the space joint. Okay, the space joint was the last joint, I think.
Oh, okay. Then maybe I missed that one.
Where was the one where my man hooked the car with that one grappling hook, and then he swung around like Spider Man to the next cliff?
This I can't remember.
I
I
feel like
saw like
that's
some big
part
wild
nine.
blur.
I think that's part nine. And, Josh Snowden's it. What's up? Hola nerds. How you doing? How you doing, man? Knight says, I've never seen any Fast and Furious. Is it any good? Okay, hold on. I'm going to be completely serious in telling you that Fast and Furious is not a serious franchise whatsoever. The first one was cool. It was like a generalized movie about street racing and people breaking the law and all that stuff. I did not see part two.
I seen bits and pieces of part two, but
Yeah.
I didn't really want to see it because Vin Diesel's not in it.
Yeah, Vin Diesel, because Fast and Furious had Paul Walker, the late Paul
Right.
Walker, and then and Vin Diesel. That was supposed to be the hook, and then it was just like Paul Walker and Tyrese, right? And,
Yeah.
and I was just like, where's Vin Diesel? So I didn't see that one. And
It
then
was a weird time in Vin Diesel's career because he did Fast and the Furious, blew
mhm,
up off of that, did Triple X,
right.
that movie where he was like the X Games, I don't know, skateboard version
Oh, he
of
was doing Triple X at
James
that time,
Bond.
right? Yes, yes, yes.
And then he was doing this Chronicles of Riddick, which is like his baby, his sci-fi epic that he wanted to do, which is a sequel to Pitch Black. So I think he was wrapped up with that. Meanwhile, the other two franchises, their producers wanted to make a sequel like right away.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to wait for Vin Diesel for some reason. So they just made sequels without him.
Right.
So they did Fast and Furious 2.
Right.
With Tyrese and Brian, Paul Walker.
Yes.
And then Triple X2 had Ice Cube.
Which I don't understand, but you know.
Yes, I don't know where you get Ice Cube to, you know, he's doing like, he's jumping out of airplanes, he's doing acrobatics, he's doing flips. I don't know what he's doing, man, but I don't see Ice Cube as like, I don't know, some kind of martial arts I don't know, maybe he is in real life, I don't know, but I just don't see it.
I highly doubt it. But to answer before we get off topic, to answer your question, Knight, I feel like part 1, 2, well, I can't speak for part 2. 3 didn't even have like any of the characters in it. It was kind of like a spin-off ish. And then they had 4 and 5 where everybody came back together. And they were getting increasingly, like, it started off about street racing. I believe it was still about street racing in part 3, which was called Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious part Tokyo Drift. And 4 and 5, it started turning into like, it started getting hints of being like this kind of task force operation where they, I don't know, they would hire the racers to work off the grid. And I think that's when they introduced The Rock in like part 5, and they had like intrigue, like a character would pass away and then they wouldn't be dead, and yada yada yada. At this point, it then became, the makers of Fast and Furious became self-aware that it was getting ridiculous and made it more ridiculous on purpose. So are they good movies? No. Are they entertaining? Very much so. So if you go into it thinking about that, then cool. You know what I mean? Like, I used to make fun of them, but I can't make fun of the movies because it's like they know it's ridiculous. Like, it's Looney Tunes, and like the last movie literally had a car like go into space. Like, because it had like rockets strapped onto it, and I haven't seen that movie. I don't even know the context of why they went into space. I watched that scene today again. Like, I watched it on YouTube. It's a very ridiculous series. So yeah, I don't know if you want to turn your brain off. I completely turn your brain off. This is not like turn your brain off like, oh, watching an old action movie. This is like you truly have to turn your brain off, like, and you have to ignore physics. I wish I could play a clip. Like, I want to play that clip when like Vin Diesel drove off the mountain and the hook rope chain whatever grabbed onto the transmission, and then he swung the car all the way around to the next mountain and then tumbled over, and then like nothing happened. See, if I was on Twitch right now, I would have shown you all that, but I don't know how YouTube is gonna deal with that. I probably could, but I don't know. I'll have to figure out how that works one day. It is highly entertaining though. It's funny. They started joking and calling it like the Avengers after a while, because literally, like, I don't know. I thought it's still about cars, by the way. You're asking that way. I thought it was, yeah, there's still about, there's cars in all of them. It's just after a while they stopped caring about physics and science. What did John say here? Chronicles of Riddick was peak Pitch Black. Did I see all Chronicles of Riddick? I saw Pitch Black. I saw Chronicles of Riddick. There was like a movie after that. I don't know if I saw it.
Yeah, the last one was just called Riddick.
Okay. Did I see that one? I can't remember. I said YouTube is not cool with showing clips. Yeah, I know. That's what makes it. I feel like the only thing that I'm safe looking at is like gaming trailers.
Right.
Like video game trailers.
I think they just gave up on, like, if they were going to do like any kind of restriction on that, they would have done it already. I think it's just because people game on stream. So it's like to censor a clip, you have to censor somebody's game in the meantime, because it's
Yeah,
running the
yeah,
same
yeah.
audio. It's not, so they just leave it alone.
Which
It's probably another reason why video games are becoming the most popular medium out of movies and TV shows because you can freely advertise it like nobody's business.
right. And I will say
Just another feather. Yeah,
it
just
is
another feather
extra
in his cap.
annoying because I mean, we're a React channel, and then we gotta watch what we react to. You go on other channels, you see people react. They gotta do ridiculous things like put the video in opacity into the corner and like like
Right.
and it's not YouTube's fault. It's like the fault of like the studio who owns whatever the content is. So, ah man, we can
But
watch 2D clips.
I saw all the Riddics though. They're good.
He had a thing going, Vin.
Yeah, he tried to have his own franchise. His own part two was like going way epic. Like it was like trying to be its own little Star Wars universe.
Mm.
And then I think it didn't do that well or something. I don't know. Like it didn't do the numbers they thought it was, but they had enough, I guess, Vin Diesel um popularity, especially after the Fast and Furious movies, like to
Mm.
do another one. So they did Riddick, and that was good. So I think it's a solid franchise. If you watch all of them, it's pretty good, especially compared to what passes for movies today. Like the Riddick saga is like it's better than Disney Star Wars.
That is true.
And I saw Riddick like years later, and I was like, "Oh, that was really good." Like the last one that he did
Mm-hmm.
with Katie Sackhoff, and it was good. It was good.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Solid little franchise.
Powers here says Superman self-censors. Oh yeah, yeah. They censoring the next Superman movie allegedly. I still have to read the article. I'm about to pull it up right now. As a matter of fact, hold on. Give me a second. We'll start with that. Um, hang on, bang. Oh, yeah, here we go. Anything is better than Disney Star Wars. Facts.
True.
Fast and Furious is better than Disney Star Wars. How about that one? Hot take. I don't
Oh,
care.
that's not even.
I don't even.
That's
That's not even a hot take. With all
thing
this
is though, it's funny
ridiculous.
because Disney Star Wars on paper, like on Rotten Tomatoes, I bet you it still gets like 80%. Like
Oh, I'm
that's
sure.
Jedi and all this stuff from the critics. It's like, can there be a reevaluation? They still like this movie?
All right, here we
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
Superman had to remove a controversial scene after a really bad test screening reaction. This is a day ago. Apparently, like Dirty Dancing didn't put the baby in a corner. Wait, okay. I didn't see Dirty Dancing, so I don't know what that reference means, but
Screen Dirty Dancing in the hood.
I just- it did
Well, it's not
not.
the demo. You know what I'm saying? He's not the. He's not,
James Gunn Superman can't have the gall to punch Crypto either. The Man of Steel's Kryptonian K9 is without question one of the most intriguing characters to be featured in countless trailers, clips, and television spots for the summer blockbuster hopeful. So it just stands to reason that audiences would have a visceral reaction to fan favorite Crypto being punched by the mysterious Ultraman. And that is exactly what happened in a troubling test screening. In fact, the reaction to Lex Luthor's Nicholas Holt henchman getting the better of Kal-El's Dave, Superdog was so negative that the fight had to be cut from the final theatrical release. Superman star Sarah Sampaio, I hope I'm saying that correctly, made a revelation during the film's press tour along with fellow cast member Maria. I'm gonna butcher that. No, oh no, wait, I can read that. Maria Gabriela de Faria on hand after journalist Jake Hamilton revealed to the duo that one fan responded to Crypto being attacked during the fight at the Fortress of Solitude by saying, "Oh hell no." The peer laughed, and then Sampaio said, "Is this his quote here? They actually cut the worst scene from the movie. Me and Nick Holt were a little pissed about it, but that's okay. Well, they cut Ultraman punching Crypto because apparently they did a really bad. It did really bad in the test screening. Gabriella added, "It's not okay. You can't punch a dog. You can't punch." Okay, no, I did not punch the dog. The dog attacks me first, and by the way, I did not kill him or anything. I just wrapped him up in a little bubble. Uh, I didn't realize this article was so long. So hold on, let me pause
Well, you
there.
got the gist of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's pause there for a second. Um, uh, listen, I don't know the plot for this movie. Here's my hot take. Who cares? It's villains, right?
Villains do bad things. He didn't, the dog has superpowers, right? It could take a hit, right? I mean, it depends on how they punch a dog. Did they like do like a Zack Snyder slow mo punch where it's like duffed and like his his cheek, his
Just
dog
like,
cheek, yeah, did some reverberation, like
look, I love animals, but
so
people are
maybe then they're like, no way.
humans
Hey,
are getting
people love
punched.
the animals. They love their animals more than children. Like that's straight up.
No, that's a fact.
That's the reason why like John Wick was a franchise that's successful. It's because it's about dog. Like they killed his dog.
Hold on here. It said, who the heck is Ultraman? Ultraman is a popular character from Japan that you know what I'm saying? We don't know who. Let's look him up.
That's right, from the Bandai Corporation or something.
Right. Oh
Yeah. No. Ultraman from Superman. I
yeah,
guess he's
this
in the
this is
comics.
this is Ultraman. I don't know. I don't know who this Superman Ultraman is.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not that familiar. Type in Ultraman
Superman.
Superman.
Here we go. Who? Let's go
When did
here.
this dude show up? Okay.
Oh, this dude with the U on his chest.
Okay.
Why did they make him look like that in the?
Maybe that's his outfit before he has this one.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, James Gunn. Why you didn't just use Bizarro?
Nah, I don't know. Maybe he thought like, well, it's not intimidating enough to have Bizarro. I think after a while, Bizarro becomes kind of friendly with Superman in some way.
Oh, okay.
Later on, half sometimes yes, sometimes no, because it's kind of like the Hulk, like a simple person. He
He's
can fly in fits of rage, but then he can also be some.
Ultraman is a supervillain appearing in the stories published by DC Comics. The character is an evil alternate universe counterpart of Superman and leader of the crime syndicate. Bro, we just started and we're already dealing with multiverses, bro. Oh, all right. Okay. More variants. Sorry, I'm just tired of the multiverse concept. But whatever, man. All right, so yeah, Ultraman punch Crypto. That's the story. Ultraman.
Story, don't hit dogs, bro. People
Ultraman.
love their dogs. They make those movies, right, with the Marley and Me and the dog movies, the super pets and crap. Like people love their pets, man. Don't hit dogs. I think in John Wick, like he like kicked the dog off screen, right? They show
Uh,
like him stomp it or something.
no, I'm pretty. They shot dog.
Yeah, like off screen, like hear a gun sound or
No, no,
something.
no,
Like
no. But
maybe
no, forget John Wick 1. I'm talking about like I forget which one it was. Like part 3 maybe, where like he had like another dog, or maybe that was Halle Berry's dog, and like those dogs got hurt.
he had a bulletproof vest on, though.
I
And those
think
and those movies were rated R.
yes.
So maybe they don't care as much with those movies, but this is like some, I don't know, PG-13. They're trying to get kids to watch this or something, and some parent probably wrote, some California. They wrote on the test screening paper says, "I will not let my children watch this movie." And it's just like she doesn't get the concept that it's a dog with superpowers, like it can like run through a wall like the Kool-Aid Man.
Right.
Like she didn't get it. She just thinks it's like a dog. It's a dog. I don't know, bro.
It's
Sometimes
a super dog. I mean, first of all, I'm kind of getting tired of villains that are not villains. So I take no delight in seeing people get hurt, but if a villain needs to be a villain, like a villain needs to off somebody or do something bad so that I can
Right,
hate the person. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like then
I'm
let
sure
it.
the dog gets his revenge later, right? He
Of
probably
course,
hits him in the face
like
or
we're not just
like,
gonna hit Crypto and have Crypto not get his comebacks. But I don't know. I guess they weren't having it. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, wimping out.
so, Crypto was never going to be endangered. Like, that erases stakes.
Seriously.
I mean, it's probably not that
I
big
mean,
of a
he did
deal,
it for,
but
I don't know how he did it, but maybe he's done it for shock value. But
I mean, also it's a super dog, so it's not going to be like a regular SWAT. You know what I'm saying? They gonna like punch Crypto, and Crypto gonna go flying through like three skyscrapers. You know what I'm saying? Although I would think that level of insanity would like lighten the load in my head. But see, if this was animated, they would not care. But we in the West, so this is what we gotta do. Said Halle Berry's dogs were super soldiers. They had you know what I'm saying? They got the super soldier serum.
so true.
I, so I think we should let people who know what they are doing their job without interfering. Oh, you talking about as far as this situation? Yeah, I don't know. And now so they got to cut it out to uh, whatever. I guess. I mean, I'm not like exactly like distraught over this. Like my view of the trailers of this and of these clips so far, like it's kind of mixed. I don't hate
Right.
them. I don't hate the clips. It's just like some of them I think are cool, and some of them kind of throw me for a loop. And I'm just like, well, I'll have to see the movie in its entirety before I judge. I know people are like hating these Superman clips. Some of them are like hate. And to be honest, I'm like, yo, they need to stop showing so much. I'm like, yo, just wait till the movie comes out because I think like seeing some of these scenes out of context is not doing the movie any favors.
Yeah. I mean, they had that scene that they're sharing all over Twitter where he bursts into the room where Lex is and he's screaming, like, where's the dog? And they're
Right.
like, he's flipping out, going crazy. And it is kind of weird. Like, it is kind of like, hey, Superman, you never seen him get like this outraged, like flying off the handle kind of stuff. But maybe like in the context of the vibe of the film, it makes more sense. Like we don't know what
Probably.
other stuff he's been, because I'm hearing that like throughout the movie, Lex Luthor is like, posting pictures of him on the internet, trying to ruin his reputation, trying to cancel him, trying to
Right.
so he's like starts off like he's cool, but then later on he's like flipping out or something like.
I mean, of course, to counter that, people have been posting like, "Oh, remember when Superman 1 original when like Lois like kicked the bucket and then he screamed and then flew and like turned the Earth
Yeah.
backwards."
But that was like the woman he loved or something, and she died. And
Yes,
I
and
guess it's like
and
yeah, this a dog. I mean, people care about their dogs, so like
it's funny
regular
people
people.
could clown the scene, but I bet you all animal people would have felt that scene in context of whatever happened because it was the dog. I
If it was
do.
their dog, they flip out. You see these videos all day on YouTube. Something happens to the dog, like oh the dog bit me, so I kicked it, and then they're having like fights out on the lawn or something. They got to
Right.
call the popo to resolve the situation, right? So it's like people fronting like, oh, it's a dog. If it's your dog, you burst through any room
Oh yeah.
to beat down anybody who touched your poochie. Okay.
Somebody did post a scene that I from like the animated show where it's like Superman went to, and this is what it's funny, this is what I thought it should have. I forgot about that scene, but even I said in my head, why didn't Superman just like fly to or through the window?
Right.
And then so the old scene was like Lex was acting up and like Superman went and he just like like flew like flew right in front of his window still, and Lex was talking to him, and Superman wasn't saying nothing. He was just like staring at him, dead cold. And I'm like, that would have worked. It would have been cool if like he just came and he just like floated over him and he just talked slowly, like you gonna give me this dog, like. Now of course then people say like, oh, why is Superman being threatening? I'm like, because they got his dog, bro. I don't know.
There's also a scene where he's in the Fortress of Solitude talking to a Superman robot, and Crypto's acting up, and he ruined the Fortress of Solitude by breaking stuff.
Right.
And then Superman turns to Crypto and says, "What the heck, dude?" So people were like, "What? Superman's dropping a what the heck,
He
dude?"
didn't. He
He did
said
not.
no.
What did he say?
He said what the hey.
What the hey? Yeah, what the hey?
He said what
He
the
said,
hey.
"Dude," though.
Yeah, he said dude, but he definitely said what the hey in I guess in honor of the Superman being kind of like Captain America, like he would not you know curse or something.
Heck is a curse. I thought heck was like the replacement for the curse.
No, heck is not a curse, but I'm just saying like they didn't even go to heck. He just said what the hey on some like true like farm boy joint like
Well, I guess they're like saying like it's like a little casual for him to say like Superman, like what the hey, dude, like he's dropping a dude.
oh
But
yeah.
I don't know, it's like nitpicking and stuff. A lot of people too. There's some rivalry. We all know the rivalry, right? It's the Snyder people versus the James Gunn people.
They're very serious, by the way. No
Right.
offense if
Yeah.
any of you in the chat or like
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
camp or
Yeah.
not. I just know I'm not really in a camp. Like I would like this movie to be good. Um,
You know what's interesting about the Zack Snyder thing? I feel like they really did lose faith in him, like early.
mhm,
And it's like the movies did have issues,
mhm,
but they did make money, I think, on some level, right? I think not all of them, but
mhm,
I think Suicide Squad made money. He produced that,
right.
even though they had some story issues or some. And Batman v Superman made money, right?
I believe he did.
I don't
Yes.
think it was the money they wanted. They wanted like the $1 billion.
Batman v Superman. Oh boy.
But Wonder Woman made money, and he produced that.
Hmm.
And then by the time Justice League got there, it's like they were getting cold feet on the James Gunn thing because I think like the critics didn't like the movie.
Mm.
And I don't know. I feel like did they stop James Gunn because of the box office, or did they stop James Gunn because it didn't get the critical reviews and they were like on some weird and embarrassment tip, like how how Transformers gets like bad reviews
Wait,
but it
James
makes
Gunn or
money.
Zach? Wait.
Zack Snyder.
Oh, okay.
And they prefer James Gunn because he could deliver both. And I don't know why any critics would matter as long as it's making money. But,
Well, also he had that overarching plot that he was trying to do, like the injustice.
right,
I'm
the
not gonna
injustice.
lie. I don't know why he started with like injustice is such a
Yeah,
weird branch off. To my knowledge, somebody in chat could tell me, injustice is not canon to continuity, right? Like it's just some side joint, isn't it? Like some.
he had like some apocalyptic visions, and he was trying to set that up within Batman v Superman when the Flash appeared to the Batman
Right.
when Batman was taking a nap
Yes.
or whatever. And that threw me off when I was watching the movie. I was like, what the heck is going on? And then it was weird. And then in Justice League, I guess it makes sense, but I guess it was just too tough to explain to the WB his vision. It was like, let me do a Justice League. The director's cut was like, let me do a 4-hour movie,
Mm-hmm.
and he wanted it in some portrait format too. Like he wanted like
I
in
don't
a
know. He was
square
doing.
format,
Yeah, he was doing weird things. But
and he
also,
wanted
sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, and it's just like okay, and they're probably just like, look, I can't deal with this. I'm just gonna call Joss Whedon, and they got what they got after that. But
Also, for me, like, I mean, I don't like whatever happens in comic books and comic book live action production right now is just like whatever. As yesterday when we were talking about Ironheart, it's just like well whatever they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do. But I will say it is kind of particularly frustrating that you're going to make a DC universe with connected characters, and the first thing I got to deal with is injustice. And I'm like, yo, fam, can we see them go through some like beloved storylines before you start dealing with evil Superman? Like, I kind of don't want to see this. Like,
yeah, it was taking a lot of liberties.
It was
It's like the effects were on point, the casting was on point, but then somehow it was like, what was the thing with Jimmy Olsen again? Was he like some secret agent, or was that like a fake Jimmy Olsen? Was that his brother or something?
in where in
The Batman movie?
the
Yeah,
Snyderverse.
right.
Wasn't Jimmy a woman or am I not bugging?
I can't remember. It's like it's such a blur because then that blurs into like the 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 attempts to continue the Snyderverse without Snyder
Yes.
with like what's her face? Harley Quinn movie
Ugh.
and Blue Beetle and whatever Black Adam was supposed to be. Like remember The Rock was trying to like sneak take over the DC universe. he was trying to he was trying to be like the Kevin Feige of the
Yeah, that didn't work out.
and when Black Adam flopped, they were like, nope.
That definitely didn't work out. Hold on. John says here. Did anyone notice the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was low key a sci fi horror movie? It got weird. I still didn't see that one. I'll watch it. I might as well watch it now. I freaking watch Ironheart. So, like, I probably owe it to myself to at least watch Volume 3.
Yeah, it did get weird. There was like because they got really into Rocket Raccoon's origins
Mm-hmm.
and the origins of like gene manipulating these animals. And it was good though. It was a good movie, actually.
Okie
It was
dokie.
better than part two.
Yeah, I'll watch it. Says disclaimer about Snyder Cut. Wonder Woman and Aquaman both made loot. Aquaman made loot? Oh, well, I guess it had that sequel, which I didn't see. I saw a clip of the sequel like yesterday. It didn't look that great, but whatever.
If you look at the track record of like Marvel, they're never in all hits, they were like moderate hits. Like Thor movies were not as big as like the Iron Man movies and
That's true. What about the Marvel hits known as the Eternals? No,
oh yeah, all right. Now all these new movies that they come out with, the Marvels and all that versus Snyder. I mean, I'd rather watch if you had to sit me in a room and say I had to watch Justice League 4 hour cut versus
versus the Marvels. Yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it's not even a question. It's not even
Yeah. That's not up
I
for
would even I
debate.
wouldn't even need a millisecond to decide. Okay.
Said Injustice is a gaming splinter off, and then the comic soul gangbusters. So they did year one, two, three, all by Tom Taylor. Right. So, I okay now I remember. Injustice was literally created in as game, like it's a gaming continuity, and then they made comics based on it. I don't know. They had weird stuff going on. Like I don't know. Like Alfred had superpowers for a second, and he beat up like Superman. And I don't know. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. But yeah, there's the Superman news. Crypto will not be getting duffed. Will not be getting air comboed in the Superman film. So
They're censoring James Gunn's anything goes vision for Superman, It's
are we supposed to retroactively do that for everything? Well, I don't know. I guess it's just for these PG-13. Hey man, in Doom, the demons killed his rabbit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, other animals are up for grabs. I feel like cats, they'll let anything happen to them, like for some reason.
Probably.
Because America loves their dogs more.
Man's best
Oh,
friend, bro.
it's true. It's not a cat, it's dogs.
Man's
The
best
cat is
friend.
like the internet's comedian, maybe.
Japan, those cats.
Right.
Cats, are their animals. They do them dealing with a dog is like rare. I don't.
Right. Because I don't know. I think the apartments are too small for them to deal with the dogs all day. Like,
Oh, true. That is true. All right, so there you go. City. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying, like, look, maybe Marvel should hire Zack Snyder.
They should hire Zack Snyder if he promises not to write anything.
Yes.
But
because
he
he's
can
fancying
direct.
himself a writer these days. Yes, he can direct visually silent.
Him writing, I do not
Mhm.
recommend that course of
Right.
action.
Correct. Because I watched Rebel Moon, and I don't know, man. Like, he has a vision. He knows how to rock a green screen. I'm sure. Like, but I just don't want, like, if they hire, like, it would be crazy. Like, the trades would go crazy if Kevin Feige hired Zack Snyder to do X-Men. That would be crazy.
Hold on, wait a minute.
But if they do the
He
casting
do some
weird,
crate. Yeah. Never mind. Like I had hope for a second after your statement, and then I was like, never mind. So you're gonna
I
cast it.
mean,
I don't know. It's gonna be
you know, they're just gonna do something. They're gonna hire Gus Fring. They're gonna hire what's his name, Giancarlo Esposito to be Resurrects or something. They, or like,
wanted to get
or Magneto.
Ezra Miller as I don't know, Cyclops.
Can they just do it like the '90s lineup or something? Like, can they just? They need to reboot the Marvel universe. I've been saying this like every stream. They need to just reboot the Marvel universe and have new actors play these characters. Okay, it's like they're doing it to themselves. It's like they're punishing themselves for some reason for an agenda that no one asked for.
But they
Like,
can't
what is?
reboot it. We gotta find out what happened to Riri after meeting Mephisto, bro. Like,
Oh my god. That's what it is. It's like they're trying to like expand the lore of like Riri Williams or the new Wonder Man show starring
hey
the
yo,
dude who played Morpheus in the last Matrix movie, young Morpheus.
I, yo, this people.
We don't need Iron Man anymore. We got young Morpheus, the dude who played young Morpheus, the dude who played Black Manta in the Aquaman movie to be Wonder Man in his TV show. So we can't have Captain America. We can't have Iron Man. We can't have that. Black Widow can't have any of our name brand, the biggest brands that Marvel has.
I just want you to know that there are select people online that are standing for Wonder Man because they're fighting what they would deem are the anti-woke conservatives and MAGA who do not appreciate Wonder Man being race swapped.
Okay.
Yes.
So that because of that reason,
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Man must stay. They cannot reboot the Marvel universe. It's sort of like it just cements him there forever as part of this ideological struggle. He is the symbol in the culture wars. He's
He
the immovable object.
he is the hope of critical race theory or something. I don't know.
Okay, right. Fine. So they can't reboot the universe because to reboot the universe, they would have to erase Wonder Man.
Right. A
I guess
character
it's fun.
that
Yeah.
clearly everybody was waiting for, and they definitely were waiting for him to be race swapped as well. And
Can they just get
how
rid of him
many
because he?
people knew about Wonder Man, bro?
This is the thing that this is the problem. This is the problem when people deny, and this is the problem when you don't have a healthy comic book industry, like mainstream comic book industry.
Mm.
A situation where like comic books are not ubiquitous everywhere. They used to be like in every bodega, every like corner store, every like gas station, everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and people were familiar with the comics, and it had like an organic readership, not just people buying covers. You know what I'm saying, from some dude from DeviantArt. Okay,
Right.
he's doing a cover this month. Let me buy 5, and then stick them in some cellophane and throw it in the vault. Because back in the day, they would just say, "Hey, this is a popular comic. I'm gonna make a movie out of it." Why? Because the comic book was selling like gangbusters. Now that they're doing weird stuff like hiding sales and just putting on new number ones for everything and calling everything a hit, whether it is or not, and we can't find the proof. Now I feel like that mentality has just affected the executives in Hollywood, and they just think like any superhero is just as good as anything else. Like, you don't need Captain America because we have Captain Marvel. She's just as good as Captain
I
America.
feel like it's gonna get more obscure. I feel like it's gonna
Yeah.
be like, oh, we don't need to do that because guys, we have the script for Darkhawk, and I'm like, all right, bro.
And they think that if they get a celebrity that has semi prestige, or at least, acting chops, or won like a I don't know, an Emmy or a Golden Globe or something, they think that matters more than the actual character.
Yeah,
They think the Thunderbolts, because it has Florence Pugh in it, is more popular than, I don't know, it's just as popular as Thor or Captain America or any of those people. I don't know why they think that. Like, any superhero is just as good as the last one. And I don't know why they're like holding on to their continuity. Like, it's not real, it's not a real thing.
it's real to
Like,
somebody, I guess.
I guess it's real to Kevin Feige. I mean, the Batman people don't care about that stuff. Christian Bale doesn't want to be Batman anymore. You think they just stop and just say, okay, Christian Bale doesn't want to be Batman anymore, but maybe Joseph Gordon-Levitt wants to be the Robin in the
Oh no, yeah. See, we not
in
doing
the,
that.
what do you call it, in the Christopher Nolan
Verse.
universe, and maybe we'll do a solo Catwoman movie with Anne Hathaway if we pay her $20 million, but we'll never have Batman come back again because that would ruin the legacy of what Christopher Nolan created. They were just like, no way, man, we're just starting over.
Yeah, but Marvel's afraid to
It's Robert
start over
Pattinson.
because they got that whole. They were praised for putting together some tight sagas.
Yeah, but the saga's over, bro. Like, this guy Chris Pratt, for some reason, doesn't want to pick up his $30 million check for standing in front of CGI mush. He doesn't want to pick it up. He rather would do the movie Ghosted with Anna de Armas that nobody saw on Apple TV. Okay, why? I don't know. That's his personal choice.
Yeah,
But we're not going to halt all of the future Captain America stories that we could tell because of that, right? Wrong. They're gonna do it. They're just gonna like not do Captain
they are
America
again
story.
starting over. That's not what they do because they want the prestige of carrying on. Meanwhile, I'm like, if the storylines that you carrying on is trash, then why do you even care?
Right. It's
They
like, yo,
they they
dude.
actively have to knock things all out of their like they said, oh, there's gonna be no more Eternals, so they're just gonna pretend like the whole adventure of Eternals like it happened, and then that's it. Somehow those characters just going an event, and the more it goes on, the more ridiculous it gets. By the way, because I you have so many characters, especially like in the United States, in MCU. So like when stuff happens, I just think to myself like, why wasn't so and so there? Oh well, he wasn't contracted for this particular movie or show, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't care because now it doesn't make any sense. Why wasn't he there? Like New York shut down. And a spoiler alert, by the way, for the last Daredevil show, y'all. If you don't want to dip out, I'll give you like a good 10 seconds because I'm about to spoil the end of it. Hold on. John said, I got Netflix to watch DMC, and yes, I am curious just to see how Ash Rebel Moon was. Ooh, did you watch DMC yet? He said, I can pretend that the Eternals never happened all day. All right, so yeah, Daredevil. It's like they make all they the whole the whole city just goes into blackout due to what was it? Fisk. Fisk did something. I forgot. And then I'm just supposed to pretend that the only person that could have helped Daredevil was the Punisher. So Luke Cage just not gonna show up, right?
Right.
Right, Luke Cage just not gonna show up. Huh? Okay, Jessica Jones. Oh, I guess she's gonna show up in the next season, but I don't know, she just couldn't like fly on in. Danny Rand, even though I don't like Iron Fist in the Iron Fist show, he ain't show up. Spider Man couldn't just swoop in whole time, and it was blacked out for a minute. Um, who else is in New York? Well, I guess the Avengers are kind of disbanded after Doctor Strange. So yeah, I don't know. It's like weird when they have all these. Long story short, when they have like they continue their continuity, I'm like, yeah, I get it, but then you're gonna have to make it sense as to why they didn't show up. Like, oh, they were on an
Yeah,
adventure or something. But like, I don't remember what adventure they were on. Like, I don't think Doctor Strange wasn't doing anything. I mean, he's probably chilling inside his house with the third eye on his head, trying to figure out what that's about. But I don't know.
true.
He could have flew by. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Thunderbolts tried to escape that event that they had with Sentry by having it occur only within probably, I want to say, seemed like it would like the attack was like 30 minutes. So I guess like nobody needed to swoop in at that point. Maybe Spider-Man was on his way, but then he swung back because he saw it was all handled. I don't know, man. But yeah, I don't know. Marvel care about their crummy continuity, and now we can't reboot because Mephisto's here, and a girl with genius level intellect made a deal with Satan, and now I gotta care about that continuity. Now I got worried about, I don't know, Robert Downey Jr. being back and not being Tony, but being Doom and whatever is going on. I don't know. These comic book franchises is pretty exhausting, to be honest.
It'll never end, and they'll just keep making these movies and keep making these characters. Like, I mean, look, Wonder Man the comic wasn't a big seller. It like they tried to have his own series for a little bit, it didn't last. It canceled really quick.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are you gonna make a movie out of something that can't sustain like popularity in the genre of comic books? Isn't that the clue to say maybe not make this a show? The thing is with Guardians of the Galaxy, they're gassed up by saying, "Oh look, nobody knew who they were and they made money." Meanwhile, it's like, I don't know, the Guardians of the Galaxy in the 90s, they had a lot of issues though, right? I mean, it wasn't like a big selling comic book, but they still like published them, right? They had Jim Valentino,
Yeah.
and it was at least got 100 issues under the belt, right? I mean, I don't think Wonder Man had 100 issues.
100 issue of Wonder Man. How you bring in a character and then like race swap a character that nobody even cared about? I'm just like, okay, I don't. So weird. By the way, for just for pure transparency, I will not be watching Wonder Man. Y'all ain't gonna get me to see that one. I do not
You
care.
never know.
I do not
Jump cut.
care.
It's like sitcoms. I would never, ever watch some Wonder Man and then jump cut. He's watching Wonder Man. Do.
Was there even a trailer yet? No, right?
Oh, that was a clip. Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
fireworks outside.
Oh, it's time. Oh, it's time. Oh, happy 4th of July, y'all. This is when what I'm saying. Won our independence and all that. Said Wonder Man should have been in WandaVision instead of Monica. He's even a TV actor, stuntman in comics. Hmm. That would have worked, I guess. Like instead of Monica Rambeau, they just have Wonder Man, I guess. Like, yeah, sometimes, if you're gonna introduce these characters, you gotta like treat them like the Hulk. They can't do any Hulk movies right now
Right?
because of like copyright. Just stick them in somebody else's joint, and we'll deal with that there. Because I don't think Wonder Man needed his own show, to be honest.
Did not.
No, but now he's here, and y'all got to deal with him. Hold on, give me 1 second. I will be right back.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think this is just reboot. I mean, I remember with Chadwick Boseman, they were like, "Well, we can't do the movie without him. We can't recast." to as an honor and tribute to him. But I felt like they just wanted to just have Shuri be the lead, and that was just like an excuse they could use because that was like a really big hero, like a really big character. Why let that go? You know, like just take some time off and cast, I don't know, Denzel's son or one of these other people. John Snow says like a Wonder what's this? And then him and Carol can have a thing. You mean Wonder Man? It's so wild. I mean, what are these shows, bro? Like, what's the next one? I mean, Echo. I didn't even watch that. Like, did anybody watch that? Did you watch that, Jon Snowden? I mean, they're just making these things. I don't know where the budget comes from. It comes from I don't know, the endless money tree that obviously is planted inside of Disney Studios. Just can afford to make all this stuff every year, every minute. Dozens of TV shows, movies, an advertising budget of like 100 million minimum for all this stuff. They said someone said that Ironheart cost $250 million for like 6 episodes of a show that didn't have any action in it, except for like a fight in a White Castle, like where the biggest fight move was Riri Williams throwing a batch of fries at some girl who does parkour sometimes and didn't do parkour in the White Castle.
Oh, we talking about Miss Ironheart.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking up some.
I think it's like they know the thing's not going to make money, so then they ask for like, "What's your budget?" 250 million, and then they just like live off of that. I guess. I don't know.
Is it a hit?
It could. I don't know. If there's it's all self-reported, right?
Yeah.
Jon Snow says, and heck, no, I did not watch Echo.
Yeah, no.
I was just asking if anybody saw it. So
That was a joint y'all nobody was gonna get me to see. I'm like, there ain't no way.
By the way, if anybody's in the chat, I'll just hit a like on the video. Help our reach.
Yes, please do.
That would be great. You know what I'm saying? I'd be grateful.
Uh-oh. Running out of battery.
A what?
No. My iPad's just dying. I'll plug it in a second.
The X-Men could potentially save Marvel if they did it right, but I don't know if they have
not do it right.
No. The only hopes are Russo's at this point.
I do not believe in them. I do not believe in their casting.
Right. Just can't do it right. And the thing is, I don't know. I feel like the further like they still make Marvel comics. They still print them up and they're read by people, I assume.
Somebody reading them.
But it seems like the Disney people don't have faith in the comics, or I don't know, like like I remember the 90s they were clamoring for an X-Men movie because the cartoon was popular and the comics were like popular, like back in like Jim Lee sold like a zillion copies in the early 90s,
right?
So there was like an organic wish for Hollywood to make these things.
Yes.
Now it just seems like they could just make it on their own regardless if people ask for it or not, which leads them to believe that they are the true creatives, as if the movies are better than the comics or the real continuities in the movies and not the comics.
Right.
I remember I watched it like I watched Rob Liefeld has a podcast, and he said that even his sons said that, "Oh, I'm an MCU guy. I don't really care what's going on in the comics."
Oh man.
And then he was like, "Oh man, that's just sad, bro." I remember I talked to somebody a long time ago, and they said the same thing.
So we got MCU fans.
Yeah, they were like, I was like, "Oh, did you know about the comics?" And she was like, "No, I don't know about the comics. I just know about the movies." Okay. It was almost like bringing up the comics was like bringing up like, I don't know, Cross to Dracula or something like that. Like they didn't want to hear about
Man, in a minute we're gonna have people talking about, yeah, I don't really care about the comics. I followed the continuity of Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be like. I'm sure it's already happened.
To be fair, the Marvel Rivals community, like, there's a lot of people who do like say like, yo, the way they did that was comic accurate. So there, but I know there's a good vast majority of people that just play it to play it, which is fine, because it's a fun game. But it's just kind of a strange outcome.
Yo, that's sad if they say it's true though. They're gonna be like, they care about the continuity of whatever Marvel Rivals is
The
doing.
the, the season that like the canon of Blade saving Jean Grey from Hela, who was
Yes,
taken
in a
over by
cutscene.
Null,
Hmm.
which, to my knowledge, unless I'm wrong, never happened. But I mean, that doesn't matter. I, I'm not even. By the way, I'm not even getting on NetEase case because I love their art direction. Obviously, look, I'm here trying to uh, draw one of their designs. I just think it's funny that there now going to be a bunch of people that just said, "Oh yeah, Marvel Rivals," and then like, but you know what though?
What up?
To Marvel Rivals' credit, they include some snippets of the comics. They probably do more for comic books than the MCU.
Yeah, because they'll take the continuity from the comic, like Sue Storm's Malice design.
Yeah,
They'll at least read the comics and say, "Oh, I'll draw that."
yeah.
I think Big Kev, is just on his own trip right now.
Like it was so like so. Gene had some gameplay. I could probably show the trailer. I don't know if anybody wants to see the Jean Grey trailer. This is not the season trailer. This is the just the gameplay of the Jean Grey herself. And they did something that was interesting. Phoenix is her own entity right next to Jean Grey. Because I think like they wanted to do this thing where like, yeah, you could use Jean, but you could like do your super move as Phoenix. And I was like, oh, it's like two characters in one, which is kind of interesting. I didn't know they were gonna go that route, but it was probably the smartest route to do because then people don't feel like they're missing out on one aspect of uh of a character or something. Hold on, let's see if I can get this up here. Is this it? Yeah, this is it.
John Snowden says, "I suck at Rivals. I just like the designs."
Ah, trust me, I'm not exactly. I'm very. I would consider myself slightly above subpar at the game or something. Yeah, so there's Phoenix.
And I was holding back. Psychic shift.
She's got teleport. I ain't gonna lie, they gonna ban this character. When I say ban, if nobody knows what I mean, like when you get high enough in rank, you get to vote which characters you do not want to see the other team pick, so you don't have to deal with them. And problematic characters like Spider-Man and Storm and I forget who else. Like this woman looked too strong. She getting banned for sure. Like in high ranks, I guarantee you.
Turning up the heat.
Like she just erased like 5 people just now or 3. I can't.
You are nothing. Less than
I will say this though. I am happy that the Krakoa season is over, bro. I don't care. I don't care about that whole season, bro. Like I was
Who
like,
made
yo,
them do that?
get this joint up out of here, man. Now they're like entering like the era of Null, and I don't have much information about Null except like he was the being, the god that created like the species of Clintar, which is the species of venom species.
Mhm.
I'll deal with that because it seems cool. I didn't read the. I know that's more of a recent saga in the comics, but I'll be like, all right, cool. I'll deal with no. You know what I mean? The this is Frodo's here says I hate psycho ladies like Phoenix and Wanda, but this is cool. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like when I saw it, I was just like, wait, her ultimate move, she screams, "You are nothing." Bro, if I get killed by her, I'm, I'm like, wow, sheesh. Like, I mean, it's like, okay, we getting dark here, but yeah.
Well, look, Sean, this is just a prelude to the real Jean Grey that's going to appear in the Wolverine game when it's released.
Oh my gosh.
You think this design looks good? Wait till you see that one.
Do y'all remember the leak? The I'm gonna go pull it up because it's too good. Oh, where am I? They have to take that back to the drawing board, right? Like they can't just like that joint can't just come out.
Does anybody get like? I don't know, doesn't it feel bad when they see like NetEase is washing them up like in the designs? Like, I mean, even if they think, well, it's too complicated or whatever, that's the way they draw and it's not the Western style. I'm just the fact that everyone online is just copying and drawing and doing their fan art version there of their designs. Like, isn't that like isn't that a swift kick in the butt to like the West to like I don't know up their game? No, just gonna stay stank.
You would think, you know what I'm saying? Oh, here you go. There you go. Man.
And meanwhile, in the West,
Meanwhile, in America and the West at large, Jean Grey. Now this was like a incomplete um render of Jean Grey from the Wolverine
right?
game, However, I would say that if this is your base, I don't know whose grandma this is, you know what I'm saying? Like they
It's like a psyop.
Wait, Alfredo, you never seen this? Oh, this is an old one. Yeah, so the I can't speak. The Wolverine game that Insomniac, is making, Insomniac from Spider-Man fame. Yeah, this is who's that? That is Jean Grey. Brina. That's who that is.
That's Jean Grey,
Yes.
Brina.
Isn't it obvious? Oh, you couldn't tell? Obviously, y'all not looking close enough. That game has a new trip. No new trip. The last footage I saw from it was like some
It's like a cutscene of them in a bar.
well, yeah, but
Wolverine.
there's no video of the cutscene. It's just pictures. But the last footage
Oh,
I saw of the game was like some incomplete like combat with Wolverine, which I'm not gonna lie, it didn't look bad. Like as far as like combat goes,
right.
but this as Jean Grey, I don't know what we doing here, big dog. um, John says, actually, I think Rivals is shots fired at Marvel Comics. They brought Carrie Andrews onto Spidey Wolverine book and brought Joe Mad back. Wait, Joe Mad back for what? What did he come back for? Wait, hold on.
I think he's doing covers. I didn't say. I just saw like I don't know. The last thing I saw was like he had a post
Oh,
saying, "Oh, I'm doing a cover for Wolverine." And he just drew a Wolverine cover or something. And then Carrie Andrews is it's a comic called Spider-Man and Wolverine.
so now they want to have cool people in books now.
guess so. It's more like a mini series, really.
Okay. What was
They need to get
but
like
who was it
maybe
that
that's
said they didn't think like what was going on rivals like would be any
I hear me out. This is my radical
I
pitch for
forgot what
Marvel.
term they
Okay,
used, but it wouldn't be useful
all
for
right,
comics or something like that.
right. Like
Hold on,
Marvel.
Dan, I can't hear you. Wait, oh no, that's me. I think that's me.
Oh yeah, I saw your volume thingy on the bottom.
Yeah. Sorry, that was me. But yeah, what were you saying?
I mean, my pitch to Marvel is like maybe they should try and mix it up with the art styles. Try to take advantage of, I guess, the fan art hype of Marvel Rivals and things like that, and
Mm-hmm.
just I don't know, like just switch it up a little bit on their main titles. Like I don't know. Joe Man's not gonna do monthly.
No.
I actually think he's not going to do it, and if he's going to do it, he's not gonna do it for Marvel. He's gonna do it for his own creations, probably.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, maybe Udon should just, be the art director for Marvel or something, and just find guys who draw like anime-esque things to draw their comics. I know, like, maybe some long time I'm a Gen X fan, we mad, but who cares? We're trying to move the medium in some kind of direction, right? You can still make sure it's not like some fan art joint from like GeoCities or something back in the day. Like, you make sure it's storytelling abilities.
See,
Something's got to be
the
done.
problem with that is they're definitely not going to do that. So
The issue is you're living in a pipe dream where Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny are eating the McRib and all kind of fantasy scenarios.
they
And it's true. I am talking about some weird thing they'll never do.
it's great ideas. Not gonna take
Like,
that.
who's the guy on Instagram? Like Iron Pinky. He does like covers for Udon and does stuff. Like, he draws cool, right? Can he drawing like Marvel characters and Psylocke and people like that? Like, can he do like the main X-Men book for like 3 issues or something? I don't know if he does actual interiors, but like,
Hold on, I kind of want to see these Joe Matt covers. But yeah, that would be good.
oh, they have artists, right? Like, over like all those guys, all those Udon guys.
I don't know. I don't know what the event is called, so I don't know what to search for. Give me a second now.
I think also the problem with Marvel is the writing too. It's like,
Yeah,
the writing's not very good. I mean, Spider-Man, I don't know what's going on with him. Like, they just need to get Mary Jane back.
what about Paul?
Paul, man. John Stoner says, yeah, the new X-Men event has Joe Matt covers.
Yeah, I was looking for it actually. Oh, wait, is this
They're on
it?
his Twitter, I think.
Hold on, I'm on there right now.
It should be. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, there you go.
And there you go, Joe Matt doing this thing again.
Hey, John Snowden, who's doing the interiors?
Interesting.
But he's got a video game coming out.
No. He was commenting on this game called Twilight Monk.
Twilight Monk, is that the sequel to Bulletproof Monk with China Fat and Stifler? And when China Fat came to America, why was he like doing Bulletproof Monk and like?
Oh, I don't know.
Why didn't he and John Woo do a movie together? It didn't make any sense. Anyway.
Oh, I guess this is Marvel posted this on the 5th of last month. Artist Joe Matter. I'm sorry, but this is like so weird to see, like, just official page of Marvel just saying artist Joe Madwer, or like, yeah, Marvel, remember that guy? The guy who left, and then like all like the entire, like, I don't know, industry like crumbled to like its knees under the weight of boring artists.
I guess he was the last superstar that was, I guess, that the fans couldn't get enough of his art. like
Right.
on an organic level.
Right. He had an interview. What was this? Oh, that was on end of May. Probably listened to it.
I mean, there were good artists after him, of course, but I feel like he was like the last guy to hit that. The fans was going ballistic
Right.
when they see a picture of him drop, a picture he drew drop.
This guy is cool too. I don't know if he's on any books.
Clarence Price says, "What's going on with Spider-Man? He's currently in the seventh stage of hell in the writer's inferno of unhappiness."
Oh man, somebody free my boy, man.
Sometimes, like, some character being happy could be boring, but sometimes him being perpetually unhappy is boring too. You know,
Sorry, I missed the comments here. Brina says that's somebody's auntie cosplaying. Like, oh,
well,
Jean Grey.
it's
Yeah.
called denial. The 7 stages.
Hey, listen,
But
you got to talk to Insomniac about that one.
I think
I
like
dare them.
you
I
think
dare them to render her exactly the way we saw. I dare them to not change a
they gotta be
thing.
changing it, bro.
Nah, don't no. Keep it the same. Well,
Keep
you
the same
can't.
energy.
Yeah. Keep the same energy. You see, you can't talk to me because I live for like the doom. You know what I'm saying? Like
For the Doom, he's Doom scrolling. He's Doctor Doom.
it's like
He's
y'all said
Doom
that this is
Slayer.
what you wanted to do, so do it and say it with your chest. Say it with your whole chest. It won't mean nothing to me because I didn't buy Spider-Man 2 the game. You know what I mean? Like y'all might get me to watch some cringe entertainment, but y'all ain't gonna get me to play a game just to play a game. These joints is out here being $70. No, siree, Bob, not me. I'm good.
El John Snow says Simone DeMeo.
It's a
DeMeo. Did some Red Hood. He's a great artist and doing interiors.
Oh, he did some Red Hood. Oh, I gotta check that out. That I gotta.
Yeah, he's a good artist.
Yeah, he's dope. I follow him.
Yes. Maybe Marvel's like, hey, we gotta do something here. We just can't be like hiring some schmo off the street. Like, we gotta start getting like something resembling.
They started getting mad because Rivals was like kicking their face in.
Yeah, people like they would post something from their official site, get like, I don't know, 100 likes when they have like 9 million followers or whatever. Meanwhile, like some dude with I don't know 7,000 subscribers, whatever, followers, he'll post some fan art of Marvel Rivals getting like, I don't know, 116,000 likes. The ratio is crazy. So they're like, damn, I think we gotta step it up in the art department.
Listen.
At least for the main books, you know what I mean? Like, you can't have, your main characters with art looking raggedy. You gotta have some, especially since like the kids, they're unforgiving.
Oh yeah.
His Rivals are bust with these people. They're like,
man, listen, freaking Ironheart dropped the last bit of episodes this week, and I mean, Dan and I watched it, but I'm like, yo, screw that.
a science experiment.
Jean Grey and Blade was announced this week. I don't care what Riri's going through.
Right.
Blade is here, y'all. Do you understand? Like nobody.
And they look at Blade in the cutscene, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool. Hey, he got a comic book or something." And then they look over and they see he's not looking anything like that. Not even a reasonable facsimile.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even talk myself. Fall off. It's like you take a reasonable downgrade. It's like no. It's just like,
Man,
I'm just trying to keep America alive, bro. I'm just trying to keep American industries alive. They gotta evolve or die, right?
they have to want to keep themselves alive.
Oh, okay.
They gotta want to better themselves.
they gotta want the help. It's
Yeah.
like,
Help
like
me,
AA.
help you, help.
Right. You gotta want to change.
Or else you're just gonna let China run shop on you. Listen, I mean, they're low key helping them, but they kind of not, because they bring in it. They bring like I said, they'll include like lore from the comic books, which is
Right.
more than the MCU has done for comics, by the way. So Marvel Rivals is
Exactly.
actually doing more for comics, but it still doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it stays in the game because people like the game. Because when they try to go over the comic and just see like, oh, Bloodline, he has a daughter. I don't care about this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not.
Paul and these people.
I'm worried about Let me go read more Spider-Man stories. Open up, Spider-Man getting cut by some dude named Paul. What? What Brina say here? Didn't buy Spider-Man 2. Man, watch out. Lost to a damn fridge. Oh, man. I forgot that stupid scene. What was that? Then, if you're not familiar, it's because I could probably actually play the clip, but what was it? Venom like attacked like Peter in his own house or something, and I should look up the scene because I'm trying to remember it. But anyway, long story short, like a fridge fell on Peter, and then like he was struggling to like get up to help Mary Jane, and I'm like, what are we talking about right here, bro? You can lift a truck. What? It's a fridge. Get your
It's a plot hole. Sure.
I don't know, man. Whatever. It was so ridiculous. That and there was like a part where like I don't know, like Venom tried to hit Spider-Man, and then like Mary Jane jumps in the way to stop him, and I'm like, you jumped in the line of fire of your super strength boyfriend. Why? Like
The logic is incredible. I don't know. Alpha Proto asks if Blade has a daughter, who's the mom?
That's a great question. I don't know.
He's a deadbeat dad. He went out for vampire cigarettes and didn't come back.
It's like I don't need this. I don't have to watch this daughter. That woman was trying to ice skate uphill, so I ice skated up out of there to escape responsibilities. So.
Because they have the characters in high school or something. Is that how it works? I didn't look at the Wikipedia of this
I
character.
don't know. My brain hurts. I don't want to see. I don't even want to know about Bloodline. Like I don't want Bloodline to be like in my mental. I want to be ignorant of certain comic book lore on purpose because I don't think it's relevant.
It's like Blade had to like I don't know, get it on, like,
Gotta
and then
someone-
bounce.
He's met some woman, I guess, and then smashed, and then she was like, "Blade,
Yes,
why won't you stay?" And he's like, "Life's not a sugarcoat top." So
that's right.
sometimes you gotta learn to leave, and then like he just bounced, and like
Word. He was like, "Don't try to finesse me." I watch Fresh and Fit every day.
Blade was out here listening to and Andrew Tate, Top G,
Yes.
Top G, and
Word. You got the old Kevin Samuels like videos on his hard drive in case they take down the channel finally. In memoriam.
yeah.
I see what you're trying to do to Blade. Life isn't a sugarcoat topic. You better learn to pull the effing trigger on this relationship. I gotta go. And he just bounced.
How's somebody
Into the
not done
night.
this skit yet? How is this not a skit yet? Like,
He's watching all the Red Pill Manosphere podcasts. And he's like, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to finesse a vampire brother. But this ain't gonna happen on my watch. I'm out. I don't believe in the state being involved in my marriage. It's a 50-50 relationship. It's a losing contract in which you are the victim and I am the victim.
oh.
The relationship will be open on my end and closed on yours. So says the vampire lord.
Amen.
I don't know, it's a code of vampires, apparently. So yeah.
My man would not be finessed.
he would not be finessed. And,
Was that the
this is a
storyline
choice.
for Mahershala Ali's Blade? You know what I'm saying? With that?
I don't know. Probably not. Is that the rewrite from Herschel? He's like, no, I'm not getting finessed. Don't write me. Getting played out. Don't have me be the stepdad that stepped up or any of the storylines that coming up with. I don't know what's going on.
can't stand Marvel, bro. Like, I can't stand. We talking about Brady, we talking about Blade being deadbeat dad as per the script they were gonna have for the new Blade movie. That still better never ever come out. Marvel, don't make this movie, please.
Right. I was talking about Blade. He saw a bunch of red pill manosphere content, and he just left his wife. I mean, I'm writing the script right now. I mean, if that's the script they want him to be, like
Yeah, this is a
Blade
new script.
had a daughter he didn't know about and left, they might as well write a reason why
Right.
he left. You know. And I'm sure they would love a storyline like that too, because it's like, you know, it's got to do a social issue.
Oh gosh.
Oh my goodness.
We have a
I don't
cameo
know.
appearance by
Superhero-
Ironheart too. You know what I'm
Oh my god. Ironheart, bro. Like, how you got $250 million, no action scenes?
Something got no action. A crime drama.
Threw like one punch, and then she threw French fries at some girl at the White Castle. It ain't exactly watching like the Raid 2, okay? It ain't actually watching like, you know, Jackie Chan's First Strike, okay? Like, you get more entertainment value out of watching that on YouTube, watching Mr. Nice Guy from Jackie Chan or something like that for free on YouTube than watching the unchoreographed fight scene. Well, there was some choreography in the White Castle. It was hardly choreographed. Like,
it don't even look like it was choreographed. It looked like they told him, like, listen, throw a punch. Boom.
Right.
I'll try to swing my camera around you.
Yeah, to make it look cool, like we're doing tracking shots, like this is deliberate. Like you know. She tried to hit her, and then she ran in the back and threw French fries at her assailant. That was the big action scene.
Then she fought. You know what I forgot to say yesterday, by the way, in our analysis of. By the way, spoilers for Ironheart. Everybody, I know we got a couple of viewers in here. By the way, if you guys could please put a like on the video, that would be much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by our late night stream of madness. We do have one more story to get into. I'm gonna get into it in a second. Oh yes, Ironheart spoilers, major spoilers. I forgot this, and I'll probably include this in when I do the actual video, and I'll just like cut myself saying it. The reason that this was all happening, the storyline, the reason that the Parker was going through all these robberies, which they try to make it some like, you know, get steal from the rich, give to the poor, which really steal from the rich, give to them. All ended up because he had daddy issues, and I don't know why I missed that plot point yesterday. Because the last person that he went to rob was his pops.
Yes.
Yeah, that was it.
His pops, the character actor Paul Calderone, who was in a bunch of '90s movies. So.
Right.
And no Gen Z will know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, that was it. Let's see what you guys say here. All right, so Blade had a daughter. The mother should be pure evil, like Celine, or some deep cut villainous.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like, remember Blade in the second movie? He got it on with some vampire. Or he didn't get it on with her, right? But he kissed her or something at the end.
I don't know. I don't think they even kissed, but they like shared, like, you know, it was like a tender, romantic type moment. Something.
Yeah, it's kind of like Blade. He's like stunted or something. Like, he just knows how to kill vampires. That's it. He doesn't.
Hey man, he's focused. Don't let these women distract you from your real goal.
Red pill Blade.
He's a high value vampire. Okay.
Right. Exactly.
Next, you're gonna get into crypto. Not crypto the dog, cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency. Gotta get his hustle up.
Whistler, check the stocks.
Yeah, how's my crypto going? I gotta get my real estate up. I gotta get my property. Who's gonna be the property manager? I bought some gas stations.
Yo, Marvel, hire us. We'll write the next Blade. All right.
He's got all the red pill knowledge. You got to make at least 150 grand a year before you even attempt to like ask a girl out at the Baskin Robbins.
Hey man, that's what's needed today. You know what I'm saying? To you fellas in the chat, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have a significant other, you won't have one until you make $200,000. I'm kidding, of course. Do not listen
A
to
minute, like an hour. You know, like, you're not making 200 grand an hour, then you might as well divorce your wife because she's gonna leave you anyway. Like
Yeah,
any minute now, she finds out you're not Bill Gates Jr.
Clarence Price says, what the Jerry Jackson? I forgot about that. Yo, that dude, yo, is he still doing stuff? Is he still making videos? If y'all don't remember Derek Jackson, he was a
It sounds
popular
familiar.
like he was like some buff black dude that he was out here like trying to give relationship advice. It was a very skewed relationship advice where he was always it was always skewed to the women, just like people in the manosphere is skewed to the man. I would say like I
Mhm.
guess somebody like Kevin Samuels, who he come for both, you know, is
Oh, I don't
the
know.
mid ground. But yeah, but Derek Jackson had a lot to say about like, you know, what men do, and you know, like, oh, if he's not paying attention to you, it's because, you know, he's found somebody else, this, that, and the third. The it all broke apart when we found out that Derek Jackson was cheating on his wife.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, he was cheating on his wife. And then he made some weird video where his wife was just like standing next to him, and then like, I don't know, some some sweater with camo on, like talking about like, oh, you know, hey, if I remember correctly, he was talking about himself in third person. Like, he's like, you know, Derek Jackson did a bad thing, and but I don't know. Y'all gotta like watch the original video. Like, it was hilarious. So people were coming for him like
so
hardcore.
when he was telling these ladies like, you know, do this or do that, or he's gonna leave you and stuff, he was basically talking about himself. Like, I guess his wife didn't do.
Yeah, he's basically saying
didn't-
like basically it's always the dude's fault. Always the dude's fault.
oh, okay.
Yeah, he was
He's
one of those guys, kind of.
he's giving women tips.
Yes, so he was a female favorite, except he was the guy that
Not
he would
good.
warn them about. And I'm like, but you're him. You're
So
him.
he is him. Well, not him, but he was that guy. It's hard when you mark yourself as like a holier than thou person.
Yes.
Then it's usually like those guys are like, you know, that's the one you gotta watch because it's like it's getting a little weird. Also, it's like an unrealistic threshold. Like that guy Baldoni,
Hmm.
he was like, he's the guy who's like, you know, he, you know, it's about women and empowerment and all this, and then he gets hit with the charges. And then it's like you would think he'd be the last person to get the charges, and now he's trying to fight it back, and now the judge is throwing his case out, and it's just getting weird. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it was a
I don't know.
listen, man. But yeah, that is the story of Derek Jackson, uh, Team Jackson, as you used to say.
He got exposed.
Still has like millions of views. Derek Jackson is still out here. Ain't no way.
Damn, all you gotta do is just like keep going. That's it.
Nah, son. Hold on. I'm looking up on YouTube right now. Derek Jackson.
Is there any success stories? Like the lady say, "Hey, I followed Derek Jackson's advice, and now we're in a happy marriage." Like, did they have this?
Man, I don't know. I could
Their
say that.
testimonials.
There you go, right there, Derek Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Damn, you can do anything on YouTube, bro. Like, you don't have to be in a successful marriage yourself, and you can like give advice to
my
people.
man
It's crazy.
streamed a day ago.
You got advice? Let me hear it. I guess I don't know. It's gonna.
What is this?
I gotta learn.
Public service announcement. A lot of you dudes got it completely messed up. And you think that because you huff and puff and you willing to blow this house down, that when your woman finally stops speaking, it's because she's surrendering, because she's giving up, because you won the battle. Brother,
Okay.
a woman's silence at the repeated disrespect, that's not her withdrawal. That's not her white flag. It is strategic repositioning. She is
Is that did he get the same silence when he cheated on his wife?
I learn from experience. You know, you can walk around trying to figure
Oh,
out your own
so
stuff. You can
like,
learn from the mistakes of others.
I think this scandal happened like like 2 years, 2.5 years ago. Let's see if anybody
Strategic repositioning.
facts. I quietly planned my exit for 8 years, then left no discussion. Is that a real comment? How you plan to exit for 8 years? So for 8 years, wait, stop. Stop. When a woman's so we just not gonna talk about 100% facts. When I stop talking, it means I'm done and I no longer care. By the way, I'm sorry, and I don't want to be the one to give relationship advice here, but is this not childish? I'll stop talking and then I'll fizzle out. Leave. What do you mean? Like what? Oh, I'm just gonna keep talking until he catches the hint. No, leave. What is this? Like I don't get it. You're not feeling the person's time to go. Like wait, I don't. Let's see what else you got. I don't know. Derek Jackson, you out here. Stop giving her the bare minimum, sir. Hold on, I got YouTube ads right now.
Hey, bro, just because she doesn't require much of you doesn't mean that she deserves the bare minimum. Yeah, she's reasonable. Yeah, she gives grace. Yeah, she's not high maintenance, or at least for things that, require a whole lot of money and stuff like that. But why would you get a woman like that who actually wants you for you?
Mm.
Give her less.
Oh,
If anything, you should have did that with all the superficial chicks that you was chasing. Why are you gonna get with a woman that's down to earth and that's humble, and then tell her that she should lower her requirements, lower her standards even lower than what they already are? If anything, the woman that don't
everybody down here saying,
Mm-hmm. I don't care if he got only $12 left after the payday loan. 80% of that $12 is mine. I get a box of Frosted Flakes. Leave that dude assed out. Assed out in negative in his Citibank Chase account, whatever it is. Man, dating is hard. A lot of lessons. What was he talking about? The strategic repositioning?
wait, the what?
That's what he talked about. He said she was. Oh no, it was. What was it called? Something repositioning. That phrase he said in the first video.
Oh, I was hardly paying attention, my man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh man.
This is the video where. Oh, sorry, she wasn't wearing arm fatigue. This is the joint where he had
What's
to
going on, guys?
his
Derek
apology
Jackson
video.
here, and today I am joined by my lovely wife, Danae.
It's like so small when compared to him.
Things. We understand that some
It's
of
like
you
a
may
child.
have already heard, maybe not, that this chapter of our marriage is one that was preceded by a marriage that I completely failed. And I would say it just started around August, maybe September of last
Failed.
year.
This is
But, a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that other stuff. Some of it is true. Some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derek Jackson was involved with other women outside the marriage. I'm not involved, to be clear. I'm not
other
talking
women,
about
plural.
casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about.
Well, dude, you don't make a channel.
To sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing. And some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with.
I mean,
Look, man. The only reason people have a channel where they cater and tell like women it's never your fault is to get buns. So it's like that should have been the red flag for his wife.
that's the whole yes.
His audience is like probably like 95% female in the YouTube analytics.
Yes.
Like that should have been red flag number 1, number 2.
Man spoke to himself in third person. It's crazy.
It's like blink twice, lady, if you need help. Like, interesting, Well, if people are being helped by his advice, certainly.
I've never heard my man give helpful advice. And I said, yeah, I did my silent escape for 8 years. You wrote this, you typed this unironically. It took you 8 years to leave somebody. That's called insanity.
It helps if you have like those phrases like that. Like, what was it? Like, what was the phrase you used? He was exiting. What did he say? He's just silently escaping. Is that what you're talking about? What did you say?
I forgot, bro. Like,
I don't know. He got strategic repositioning, like
strategic.
and all these words. Like, you got to learn the phrase. Repositioning.
Because if you make it like you're doing a technique.
Right. That's how you start your own cult, Sean. You got to take notice. Take notes, okay?
Oh, okay. Well. He probably married
John
her
Snowden
off.
says gets out a notebook and pencil. There you go. He's going to school.
Yeah, there you go.
Alpha Proto says it's typical for women not to leave on time. It sounds like a woman. It sounds like a woman to take 8 years to leave. It's typical for women not to leave on time. These are the jokes. Rodney Dangerfield. You know what I'm saying? It's true. I mean, look, she. I don't know. She looks like she's like, I don't know. Maybe she's afraid to leave. He's huge. Maybe.
I mean, I'm not going. I mean, yeah.
She was tiny. You know? Plus, the bag is there. Like maybe she wants to like, fatten up the bank account first,
right?
And then get him for all his worth. Like that's when the revenge happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A woman's silence is when it's like, all right, whatever, man.
And not to say he gonna do anything to his wife. I'm just saying like he just, just huge guy. You know what I'm saying? He kind of just
imposing man.
Yeah, he's kind of like he thinks that like in the brain that people just relent power to. It's like, psychologically, it's like giant people,
right?
People with money and influence. They just kind of just shrink back and be like, whatever.
But anyway, before we get too far, well, actually, let me read some comments. These people got money and we over here broke. I mean, facts. I don't know what's going on with that. Say, oh, you read that part already. Rena said 8 years, 8 months. It's kind of crazy. 6.
Sorry, but you can help us. You can help right now turn the tide against these people. If you will put a like on this video, if you haven't already.
Hey, that was pretty good salesman voice. Nah, for real, put a like
and check out redcombook.com for the comic book that Sean and I made. That's the illest
cyberpunk
Mr. Bombastic, surely fantastic in the world, called Red Cyberpunk Fairy Tale. And join our Discord, okay? Yes. So we can keep the vibes going after the stream.
John Snowden said, I think Tyrone Magnus gives better advice than this.
It's true.
I would think so as well.
He's like, hey man, I don't do all this.
His relationship looks genuine. Oh, this dude just got this woman like sitting there silent.
He just kind of all this yap about how she's the prize and he's out there, I don't know, strategically repositioning all the women around. Like, it's crazy.
But yes, hold on. So, who said? Oh, bro, said need to start an art attack army. Facts. I'm gonna start giving unsolicited relationship advice.
It's true. Just call yourself a guru. Get yourself.
Guys, what you need to do. What you need to do. All right, let's
if you have to have 12 steps or something, you gotta have like, here's my online course that costs like $200.
Right.
Got to download all the videos. There'll be a worksheet. Just set it up on Udemy or something like that.
Wild annoying. Just to fool the masses.
Oh, we talked about this in the beginning, but we could talk about it now again.
Did we go over this? I guess we kind of did. We did. I mean,
I just said it. We did read the article, but it says here you read it anyway.
Paul Walker's character may return in the next Fast and Furious film. Vin Diesel reveals. Now I remember, I don't know if it's still in the chat, Knights was asking me, if these films are any good, and I said they are great for turning your brain off if you want a popcorn flick about a series that makes zero sense. Now I heard this, I think like a day or two ago, and I looked at it. So my immediate thought was, are they going to use Cody, who is Paul Walker's brother? Because they look, a little bit alike. I don't want to. I don't want to see any deep fake. To be honest, I thought we did. Didn't he ride off in part 7? The character. Let me see here. Brian O'Connor may be rejoining the Fast and Furious family. Vin Diesel has teased the return of Paul Walker's character to the action franchise for its upcoming 11th installment, more than a decade after Walker's death. It's been 10 years? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
dude.
All right. Diesel, who plays Dominic Toretto in the Fast Furious series, made the announcement during an appearance at Fuel Fest. According to a clip shared on Instagram, he told fans that Universal Pictures wants to release the next Fast movie in April 2027, and that he agreed under 3 conditions, last of which was reuniting Dom with Brian O'Connor. So it's not even a cameo. It's like reuniting, like he road dogs with. They can't CGI this, bro. Because this language sounds like, when I saw it, when I heard this, I'm like, oh, they're probably just gonna have like another flashback or something, or he gonna pop up and like say, "Hey, Dom," and then like toss him a rocket launcher or something, like on some like, he just popped in for 2 seconds, like how Piccolo pops into a fight.
Right.
But this sound like the way they're wording this, it's like they're gonna be side by side again.
Hmm.
Okay, Brian O'Connor is the character Walker played in the series, beginning with the original 2001 the Fast and the Furious movie. The actor died in a car accident in November 2013. Man, that was a long time ago. After Walker's death, his scenes for 2015's Furious 7 were completed by having his brother stand in for him and replacing their faces with Walker's. According to the Hollywood Reporter, the movie ended with an emotional send-off to Brian, who is seen driving off into the distance. It was not immediately clear how Walker's character would return for the upcoming Fast film, but Diesel had previously teased his desire to bring the character back, telling Total Film in 2023 that he couldn't imagine the saga ending without truly saying goodbye to Brian O'Connor. Okay. In 2004 Instagram post, the actor reflected on his brotherhood with Walker and teased to think, "I just saw a concept art for the next chapter. Brian, yeah, I will have to brace myself for the next film." Diesel also said at Fuel Fest that his other priorities for the next Fast movies are to bring the film back to Los Angeles and return to a focus on car culture and street racing. Universal has not confirmed a release date or title for the next Fast and Furious movie. And there you have it. The first order of business here: a return to the Los Angeles scene, to the street racing. And that sounds good. But how? Listen, I'm gonna keep saying energy joint. Like, yo, you was in space, bro. You hooked yourself and swung a whole car, a Hellcat, around a mountain, bro, and then like tumble. Like, we can't go back. You drove a car through 2 skyscrapers in Dubai, bro. I seen it happen. Like, now we're gonna talk about some Los Angeles street racing. What do you mean? You better be going through some Los Angeles skyscrapers or something. Nah, it's already ridiculous. Keep the same ridiculous energy. But hey, whatever. They gotta get
I don't know.
They gotta get Cody or something. They can't just like do this to do this. Like, it don't. It would be weird. Like I posted a picture because I did tweet about this because I was like, how is this
Are
even?
they just gonna have a new actor or something? They're just gonna recast him with a new person and say that's Brian? You're gonna get like, I don't know, some other, you're gonna get Cody Rhodes to be
Cody, his brother.
Oh, Cody, yeah. Cody. Yeah, they're gonna get like Cody
I don't know if he can act.
Walker. I think they had a scene in one of the Fast and Furious movies. Like they wanted to have a shot of him as like from far away, or
Mhm.
they needed to model. They needed a model to map his face on for like some driving scene or something like that.
Yeah, in 7 they said
But I tell you what, I don't think the technology is there
no,
right now
no,
to have his brother Cody um be CGI transformed into Paul Walker in like a scene where he has to like talk and move around
no.
and all this. I saw Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and in the first scene, they're on some kind of train, and then the bad guys they turn him around or whatever, and then it's Harrison Ford looking young, like he was like it was like 1985 all over again, and it's like then he started moving, and then he started talking, and I was like, the illusion was over. You know what I'm saying? And that's with like a huge Disney budget for that one scene right there. I don't know if the technology is there. Remember Luke Skywalker?
Yeah,
People going crazy when he first showed up on The Mandalorian.
I did not see that actually.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see that
When he
scene.
first showed up, it was like he didn't talk. He just like stand there. It was like, whoa, that's Luke Skywalker, bro. And it's like he was back in the days, like 1983, Return of the Jedi type stuff here. And then it's like they start talking, and people still loved it though because they were just enamored by Luke. But if you watch it, it's like, it could be better now. But maybe the technology's gotten better. Maybe
So
they got the AI team and they know what they're
no,
doing.
no. I mean, we saw those Ratchet AIs. I think we showed those right, like on one of our streams. So AI is getting better or something, but I feel like the best I've seen somebody's face get mapped. I forgot which Marvel movie it was when they de-aged Robert Downey Jr. I don't even think he talks, but like it was a pretty
And he did
good.
talk.
Oh, he did. It was a pretty good de-aging that I remember. Maybe it looks like jank now, but when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
I guess like they wouldn't try unless they knew what they're doing in some way. I mean, maybe with a few tweaks, that guy, the guy on the right could become the guy on the left.
No,
Like,
my idea is just make it Cody straight up. Don't, because I'm not messing with like effects falling off.
right.
Just make it Cody, bro. They're not identical, but he looked close to him enough to just is a recasting, bro. Now that the problem is I don't know Cody's an actor. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think.
Maybe he's taking lessons.
And then he got to act like Brian. Well, I guess you got to act like your brother. I don't know.
Now, Sean, do you think that it is spiritually wrong to use AI for digital necromancy and bringing somebody who was dead back to life?
What
For a movie?
you mean from like a perfect like spiritual like Christian point of view?
I guess so. I don't know.
I don't think no. I mean,
Because some people hate this.
I
Like
mean
when they
yes,
did.
yes. I mean, I would say
So
was
it's hitting people on some kind of some conscious level. Like when they did. They brought Egon back.
right.
Sorry, spoiler. Uh, you ain't seen it, then I'm sorry, but they do this sometimes. They hate this. Some people are like, I hate this. This is cursed and wrong. So people hate this, bro. They have a visceral reaction against doing stuff like this.
To answer your question, I would say I don't think that it is necessarily spiritually wrong, but it's like, artistically demeaning, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We all feel it as artists. I might be wrong on the spiritual joke, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Like
I only said spiritually because I feel like people take it on that level where it's
yeah.
like, no. like they feel in their heart or somewhere. I don't really think of it that way, but
Wait a minute. Cody Walker is an American actor.
he was in the films USS Indianapolis, Man of Courage. I think it's like that was with Nicolas Cage. It's straight to video, but it's still a movie though.
Hey, first of all, I didn't even know they were gonna do this idea. Like, I would have rather them not bother with this. Like, but if you're gonna do it, just use Cody. He doesn't look enough like Paul. It's too late. You already introduced it. Do not put that.
You know they're gonna do it,
bro. They're gonna be talking, and my man gonna look like Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. I can't deal. I'm just off. I might crash. I don't. First of all, Fast and the Furious is not even beloved to me. But I follow these stupid movies for some reason, minus the last two, which I will watch, by the way, because I'm just along for the ride at this point, and I don't know why.
maybe it'll be done. And some people hate it. They hate it all. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, don't do it. They'll probably do it they'll do the venture or whatever. They'll go to Mars or whatever the heck they're gonna do in these movies, and then he'll come back home, and then he'll be sitting there on the couch with his wife and kid, and then he'll say, "Hey, Dom, welcome home," or something, and then just turn to Vin Diesel's face, and that's it. And they say, "Hey, he showed up." That's it.
If they do that, that's fine. But the way they made it sound, or at least the way they made the article sound, or the way they made Vin Diesel make it seem like they were going to be the duo on a movie, like, yo, I'm not doing no buddy. I'm not doing a buddy joint with CG, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
It's Dom and I don't know, a video game cutscene together in the same scene. We're not doing this today, bro. Like, we not.
Unless Vin
Actually,
Diesel
I might be mad about this, to be honest. Like, I don't know why. Now I'm like,
told you, maybe it's hitting you on a deeper level
yeah,
than
like,
just
yo,
like
like,
an
what are we
artistic
doing?
one. It
What are
hits
we
you on
doing,
a.
bro? See, it's different. Where like, I think in
do this to the
Fortnite,
dead. Is that what's going on? Like,
in Fortnite, right? They're using James Earl Jones like recreated voice AI to do like
right.
Darth Vader, but apparently the family, for at least
He
from what I
signed off
heard,
the rights, to
yeah.
keep them rich.
So I'm like, okay, cool. If they have no problem with it, I have no problem with it. But that's a voice though. Like, this is a live action movie, bro. Now I gotta sit here and deal with, I don't know. It's like having a scene with Keanu Reeves right next to, like, I don't know, Johnny Silverhand's his digital version, and I'm just supposed to like stare at that for 2 hours. Just make it Cody, y'all. Just make it Cody. Okay, he has another brother, but his other brother looks less like him, so I wouldn't use him. I just use Cody. I don't know how Cody is as an actor, but it's too late now. You gotta play the part now. So I'm about to DM Vin Diesel, like, yo Vin, yo Dom, listen, yo Vin, you have to include Cody because this is about family, okay? Like, so you gotta include family, right? That's important, is it not? My bad.
So.
Let me read these. I'm here crashing out about Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous. the most absurd like franchise in modern day history.
It's like they're trying to find a way to, like, because I guess they went to space and they did all this other stuff, like, and I think the last one they said didn't do as well as the other one, so maybe Vin's getting nervous and he's pulling this rabbit out of his hat. Is like, but I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Man,
kind of extended scenes of him and CGI gonna look terrible. I saw the Indiana Jones movie and I was like, nah, this is where we're at right now with like the biggest studio in Hollywood. Even like the Mandalorian, they were like saying like, yo, you can have Luke Skywalker doing like, lightsaber moves, and they couldn't even do that, bro. He was trying to train Grogu, and it just looked like, bro, it did not look that great, though.
I'm trying to look at that scene again.
To me, anyway. Like, let's see, Clarence. What's the saying here? Clarence Price says, "How you gonna go back to street racing and car racing? Literally driving a car and a volcano was erupting and piercing the car." John Snow said, yeah, they had Tom Holland with Robert Downey Jr. face mapping in Civil War opening.
I have the scene right here. I could play it on silent
On what?
on YouTube.
What scene?
The face with the young Tony Stark.
Try
Let's see.
real quick.
Hold on. Let me skip to the part.
Alpha Proto says they can rewrite that he had an accident. They didn't. They did that in Empire Strikes Back to explain why Luke Skywalker had a different face. Yeah, but it was still the same actor. Though.
I don't know. What do we think about this? Well, he's not talking here.
Just pause it. Yeah. If you're not talking, it's fine. Like even when Harrison Ford didn't talk, it looked fine. Once they start talking,
did he talk in here? Like, did he open your mouth?
Yeah, they had like a little talking scene, I think.
Open your mouth, sir. All right, a nod. All right, we're good. He's sort of talking, but he's not like emoting mad hard too. It's all right. And then it ended, right? Like it was over.
Yeah, all right. Maybe he didn't talk.
He didn't talk that much.
Maybe,
he like muttered some words or something. It was just the best example that I've seen, but you know,
Rena says the next Fast and the Furious got to tap into the multiverse. They drove so fast they switched timelines and Paul is alive. Oh. Family.
Y'all saw that? Oh, the way he looks away to talk, great trick. Yeah, and then the other time he talks, he was kind of like his head was kind of down. Also, this is also an unfair example because like Robert Downey Jr. is like alive, so like to map his face is probably like way easier. Of course, they did it. You said they did it with Indy and it was trash, so maybe they had the trash studio. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe the technology's changed. It's been a while, you know. Things are getting better every day, man.
I mean, we saw the Ratchet AI. It was pretty good. I don't want to talk about look. Just use Cody. Just use Cody. I don't even know why I'm trying to entertain this AI or CG joint. Just use Cody.
Sean's maintaining his anti-AI stance right there to see solidarity with Twitter bros.
Yo, you try to
you know
see
where his bread is buttered. Don't you dare engage in that digital necromancy for a minute. You know, afraid of like the Tumblr people come and
man, forget getting canceled. I just want to see. I ain't trying to see video game Brian for 2 hours.
10 years they're gonna CGI Sean back to his in 2025 Sean, and he's gonna sign his whole digital rights away for like 30K.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. I just think the technology is not there. I don't know, man. I haven't seen it. Like they start moving and talking, it's a whole other beast. You have them standing still like this, like, but you be like, yo, and then they start talking. It's like, I'm just like, oh my god. Man,
I seen Tron Legacy.
Stop.
I seen Tron Legacy. All right.
Oh, the worst. You know what, Tron Legacy, man? That bridge is looking chopped. I don't know why they leave it like that. Like the technology is better now. Can't they go in and just digitize it? Like it's all streaming, right?
Yes.
Can't they just upgrade it for the streaming? Like just for like the historical purposes of like Tron. They got the new Tron movie out, right? What they should do is they should hook up the CG of Jeff Bridges when he was young in the movie. You know, like Tron Legacy. They gotta hook it up, bro. I mean, come on.
He was definitely looking like Spirits Within.
It was bad. Even for back then, it was bad. You were like, damn, this is bad. Like they definitely overestimated the CGI prowess. And I'm just like, just hook it up a little bit, like redigitize that. I'm sure it wouldn't take that long too, right? With all this nonsense technology they got going on that's gonna replace like real human beings.
Right.
Just because it just looks weird when he's shouting and all this.
It's when the emotion comes in.
Right. It's like,
Ah,
"Ooh," weird.
and it starts like freaking
Yeah,
face just
it's
like
like
warping
it's
into
spooky.
look like when I don't know you playing Mind's Eye and the face starts warping out.
Just Alpha Proto says, honestly, YouTubers are easy to replicate in AI. Most of the reference footage would be you sitting in a chair. It's true.
No what? He's right. He's right. He's right. He's right. Actually,
It's true.
yeah. He's right.
We could be AI right now.
I've seen like we're talking crap, but like I've seen some AI videos of like
Spooky stuff.
fake influencers that look crazy. So maybe I just don't think like here's my problem, right? Let's say they can get it from 80 to 90% flawless.
Yeah.
The 20% is still gonna bother me. So just use Cody. I don't want to see no percent fall off.
Yeah. So, because if it looks jank, it's just going to ruin every experience. I mean, it's not like Fast and Furious is about realism anyway. They got like cars like, swinging off of branches and all this and whatever the hell they're doing. So having like a rubber version of like a dead guy is like probably par for the course. But it would be a whole new level of like crass commercialism or something if they did that. So they got to tread carefully with this digital necromancy. It kind of offends people. I use the word spiritual, but maybe
I don't know,
psychological is another
freaking
word
the
or
car
something about
scene.
it.
My
Like,
man face looking like the Smiths in the Burley Brawl. I don't got time for this.
yeah, that
Matrix.
technology wasn't there back then either. The Matrix
Oh
Burly
yeah.
Brawl looked terrible too, with him running on top of people.
Oh yeah.
They had 100
When he
lifts and he
was
ran on.
he was skipping on them like
Ugh, terrible, bro.
they
I
were
was
trying to
like,
do
what is
too
this?
much for back then.
Yeah, I was like, you ain't there,
You know what's a
bro.
good example of people who knew their limitations? Blade One, except for the end CGI. But I'm talking about as far as like the superheroics. Like I remember the beginning scene where like I forgot the dude's name. The dude whose hand he like swiped off. And then like he lunges at him and the camera cuts and you just see Wesley jump and he hops off his back. But instead of doing a long shot, because they didn't know how to do that back then, it was a quick cut and you already got the sense that Blade can cover great distances in a short space of time.
Oh
Which
yeah, like all the Blades CG and stunts
mhm,
involving him were good until the Blood God fight. Then Blood God thing was kind of weird, but
right.
the that was excellent stuff because they employ editing,
Right.
back then.
Yes.
Rapid fire cuts if you can't film it all in one take. Now everybody thinks they're like, I don't know, Stanley Kubrick, or they think they're like, I don't know, Martin Scorsese tracking, Ray Liotta as he's walking into the casino where the bar or something like that. And it's like you're not, dude. And this is the thing of these movies now, these Marvel action scenes,
Mhm.
like the fist fighting and all this, like the echo stuff. It's like, listen, unless you a real martial artist, you better employ some editing techniques with the camera.
See,
Cause
because they think first of all, you can't have weird fights in Marvel after the Russo brothers
yeah,
because they mastered it. So, I,
Fast and Furious gonna have a big budget, so I don't. But then like most of the budget's gonna have to like make sure that Paul Walker's not scaring people. The AI Paul Walker's not scaring people. And is that really like the best use of your resources
watch,
at that point? If he
I'm a DM Vin Diesel, and then I'm a screenshot it and show y'all proof that I said I begged him, please, just use Cody Bear, just like that, no CGI, please. I don't even care if he can't act. Just, I mean, he said he was in movies, so maybe just do that, bro. I don't want to see digitized Brian, bro. Like, I really don't. Let me.
Laporto says like
Mhm.
YouTubers are oh, you said there. Yeah, make a Tron Legacy special edition. Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
so. John Snowden says let's give Paul Walker his flowers. He was a great on-screen personality, like Keanu Reeves in a Point Break way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good in that movie, Running Scared. If you
Oh,
haven't
Running
seen
Scared
it,
is
see it.
amazing. Like, yeah,
Yeah, watch that. Underrated action movie.
I think Dan and
Definitely watch
we
Running Scared.
we like watched that by mistake and didn't know what we were getting into.
No, I heard about it. I heard that it was good.
Right,
I heard about like, oh, this is different.
but I didn't know how insane it was going to be. Until, like,
Then I made sure to rent it. Like, it was a long time ago. Like,
I think I have the DVD here.
yeah, we got the DVD. You got the DVD. Man, look, that was a good movie. He was also good. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
He was fun. He was in other stuff. The Skulls, remember that?
Oh, I didn't see the
With
skulls, but yeah.
he was in the teen, what was it, like the Joshua Jackson cult college movie or something. What else was he in? He was in teen movies, right? What was he in before?
Man, I have to look up.
She's All That.
Was he?
I guess, I don't know. I think he was in there. I don't really remember. He really hit it big on Fast and the Furious, but you know,
Yeah.
he had potential to do other stuff. It's just that he didn't. You know, he died. Sucks. Anyway, so it's getting late.
Yeah, let's. Yeah,
So you want to do showcase, or is there anything in there? Like,
I guess we could leave it for next week. Let me
next
run
week?
through these last bit of comments though. Alpha Proto says, "Had they brought Bow Wow back? They definitely have not brought Bow Wow back.
They haven't.
Did they show him again? I remember.
I don't know.
What Fast and Furious was it? Did they try to show dude? They tried to show dude from I forgot the dude's name from Tokyo Drift from part 3, but it was like weird because it was like they try to do a recap to the scene right after Vin Diesel is in the after credits of 3, so you see the dude from part 3 when he was like young, and then they showed him again and he was just mad older.
Yeah,
And they tried to
yeah,
pretend.
any CGI.
And you know what?
Those
I respect the fact that they didn't put CGI. They just showed him mad older for no reason, and you're just not supposed to be worried about it.
I think they should have used some CGI. Like
They should have, because it was a very quick scene.
But yeah, that was Bow Wow was in Tokyo Drift, right?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Brina says, well,
Japanese school.
Robots replacing humans definitely disrupts my spirit. There you go. It's disrupting that spirit. Alpha Proto said Blade 2 used digital replica of Wesley Snipes a lot. That is true, actually. There was a couple jank moments of Blade 2.
Oh yeah, but when Nomak, he like ran up like a pillar and then did an elbow drop. It's like,
no, not even that. Like, that was way better rendered than when. To be honest, the jank moments of Blade, I didn't care. The only reason I didn't care is because they were mid combat, and I'm like, well, if you're gonna sacrifice doing some cool stuff, for jank, I'm just like, all right, I'll let it slide. The jank moments
fair.
When he jumped off the building in the beginning of part 1, I think there was like a slightly jank moment there, but I kind of didn't care because they tried to do some cool thing where they tracked his movements while he was falling, and I'm just like, all right, and the camera did like a twist. I was like, all right, that was kind of cool. The other jank moment is where he was fighting Nisa, the girl, in his own lair, and they had him do some joint where he did like an air combo. And you could tell it wasn't him, and it was like CG. But I'm like, but he did an air combo though, so I'm gonna let it go.
Right.
Like,
Alpha Porter says someone not being able to act has never stopped anyone from not being in a Fast and Furious movie.
Fair point. Brina says Running Scared is on Tubi. Watch it. It's insane. You will not be disappointed.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all, we'll do the showcase next week once it piles up a little bit more. But thank you for stopping by on this stream about movies mostly and what's going on.
I love movies, like we watch the TV shows. No one remembers them really. I mean, like people really remember like every little moment from a TV show. We do the big ones, but not all of them. But a movie, they last forever, right? They have more of a longevity for some reason.
Right.
So I just hope that they make better ones.
Hopefully.
I don't want people just like going and watch like some streamer pulling his pants down or something. That's all we have to contribute in American pop culture. Like that's not cool.
Man, I don't know. It isn't cool. I'm gonna try. I don't know. Well, all right. I gotta have hope. I'm gonna
They
try
have to make a movie about the streamer and then the. I was kidding.
And where's the Johnny Somali movie?
Yeah, can you imagine? They're definitely gonna make a movie about that guy.
The Vitali movie. Who's joined the ranks? Oh, the guy with the bug spray.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, and
that guy.
and the woman who claims she got hit with the brick. Apparently, she's going to jail too.
Oh, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Bug spray guy is the worst though.
Yes, because
that's just nightmare fuel.
Yeah, he's just actively
he's spraying crap. He's spraying vegetables in the supermarket and crap like that. That's just nightmare fuel. Like Johnny Somali, at least he's annoying. You have a fighting chance or something. Like this thing just puts thoughts in your brain. Like you're trying to get some vegetables, you're trying to get a watermelon, then you sink your teeth into like a mouthful of Raid bug spray. It's not cool, bro.
I think the hierarchy scale is like bug spray man, and then Vitali, because he was actually like, I don't know, taking cops' bikes in the freaking in the Philippines. Or that's insane. And then like Johnny Somali. Even though I've been exposed to Johnny Somali for so long that I feel like I hate his actions more. But that's only because he's overexposed. Bug spray man got to get up out of it. Like
that food tampering stuff. No way, Jose.
Hold on, last two comments. Johnny Smiley movie. I could see that happening, but the names may have to be changed to protect the innocent. John Snowden says, "You guys mentioned Belly, and I keep thinking about the Rasta OG ever since."
It's true. It's a really good scene. It's probably the best scene in the movie if you think about it. Yeah, it's a good scene because like the Rasta guy, he just cuts DMX off, because he's really trying to get that deal. And he's like, frustrated. He's like, I need to get down on this. Like, I need this deal. Just let me get down, dude. He like acts like he raps.
Right.
Then the Rasta guy's like, oh, I think about it or something. Just, man, I thought you was a real dread man. Now you on this wait and see stuff. He's like, hold on. The Rasta guy just stops this whole thing. Hold on.
You got to regulate.
He's like, don't you bring this scared business to me in my house. You understand me? Or something like that. He's like,
we'll go watch that scene again when I get
he's
over
like,
here.
I run stuff. I kill for nothing. He's like something like that.
And
it's like very serious, and he got scared. And I felt like DMS got scared for real when he said that.
Yo, man, listen.
It's a good scene.
Yeah.
The other good scene was in that guy, that little weird dude, Tyron Turner, was like, wearing the green outfit, like, and he was in the corner, and then like he sees like, I don't know, Nas or one of these people in the street, and he's like, oh, they think they're running large, huh? I'm gonna drop a dime on them. Something. And then that became like his character for a little while.
Right. Yes, Brina.
I think I've seen Belly. Maybe I'll watch Belly tonight. Is it on Tubi?
It probably is. Hold on. Oh, hold on.
Ike Williams never direct another movie again. Crazy.
I'm about to check right now. Where's my Tubi? And yes, Brina and Alpha Proto, you are right. He did both of those things, and that's why he is a bigger menace to society. With the ice and the fryer, and oh my gosh.
Employees were tight in the front of the fire too.
Think you mean
the guy's in jail, right? He's in jail.
He got hold on. He got a sentence. So what's his name? Wolfie or something? I'm gonna find him. Wolfie.
Okay. Well, thank you, John Snowden. I'm glad I am validated that one other person still remembers the roster man from the movie Belly.
Yeah, I don't know what his sentencing was. I don't think his sentencing was that crazy.
This is crazy. Like, This is what we do for entertainment right now. They spray stuff down and film it. Like, bro, America's culturally bankrupt.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, we're gonna let's get up out of here. If I find out his sentence, we'll either talk about it in the next one or I'll just post in the Discord. All
you
right,
haven't
y'all.
already liked the video.
Yep. Then please drop a like and we will see y'all next week. But we'll see you in the social media and the Discord, y'all. All right, y'all. Peace out.